Chapter 23. Awakening. A heartfelt embrace, close, given, received. Eventually, we separated and simply stood there looking at each other with absolute tranquility. Gradually, the world came back to us, and our triangle was broken by trivial things, like doing the dishes and tidying up the table. "Shall we grab some coffee?" I eventually suggested. The suggestion was accepted, and we headed to the village. We must have looked like a strange trio. I was dressed for the cold, but casually. Laura wore a long dress with a heavy coat, and Lilith was lightly dressed, as always. The reaction when we entered the cafe was curious, to say the least. They both walked in ahead of me, side by side, and for a moment, the place fell silent. Everything stopped, literally. They walked to an empty table, and our footsteps echoed on the floor. But the moment passed, and the normal bustle returned, and we were able to be there, talk, laugh, play, truly be there, without favors or impositions. It was 11 at night when we returned home.
"Do you want to take a walk on the beach?"
"I'm feeling a bit tired."
"Poor thing. Are you coming, Laura?"
"I'll go, of course. But you will be alone,"
she said, looking at me. "I'll be fine. Don't worry, go," I said with a smile. The two of them left, excited, through the staircase in my terrace. I took those moments to jot down some things, to organize myself. After a while, I went out to the terrace to smoke a cigarette, and I was met with a sight. The full moon, with just a few shreds of clouds, filled the sky. I saw Lilith in the distance, enjoying the waves of the sea, and not far away, watching her, Laura. I watched them as they returned. They entered the terrace, and I was greeted with a simultaneous kiss from both of them, one on each cheek, and then they both went inside the bathroom. They took their showers, dried their hair, all the while chatting lively and playfully. After they were done, it was my turn. When I came out, already dressed in pyjamas and a robe, I found that my bed had been taken over. I peeked through the door and saw the two of them embracing, kissing. I smiled, turned away, and went to lie down on the couch. After turning off the light, the house was illuminated only by the intense moonlight, which only allowed shadows to be distinguished. Lying on the couch, absorbed by the silence, occasional noises from the activity in the next room reached me. I wanted to distract myself, but the noises grew in intensity, frequency. I got up and went to the terrace to smoke another cigarette. I could hear the noises that by now were filling the house, in perfect synchrony with the ocean, waves, and for brief, fleeting moments, the universe seemed to harmonize as an intense cry of pleasure reached my ears, and I felt that pleasure as my own. I was still savoring what I had felt when Lilith arrived naked by my side. Beautiful, slender, elegant, desirable, and desired. She embraced me, kissed me languidly, deeply, letting me savor the taste of Laura, captured me, invaded me, delighted me.
"Stay with me, Miguel,"
she whispered in my ear again, creating a tumultuous ocean of emotions in me, broader than the ocean next to us. I broke free from everything that bound me and offered myself as completely as possible. She broke the kiss, gently taking my hand and guiding me back inside the house. She led me to the bedroom. Without a word, she undressed me, leaving me bare, as I came into the world, a complete animal. Laura approached and touched me. I saw her eyes sparkle, reflecting the moonlight. Then they made me kneel at the center of the bed, a body pressed against my back in an embrace, lips that pressed against mine, a tongue that slid into mine. I closed my eyes, feeling teeth lightly sinking into my back, a mouth nibbling at my chest and gently sucking my nipples, hands intertwining while exploring me. I felt kisses on my neck, nips on my nape, hair that almost tickled my belly as its owner continued down, kissing me along my body. Without warning, lips slowly sliding onto my sex, the warmth of a mouth sliding over me. I felt lips coming from my back, seeking mine and making me turn slightly as I stroked the hair that almost tickled me. They laid me on the bed. I felt the lips on my sex again, in a different sensation, a body lying beside me, along mine, lips that I found on mine, a body beside mine rose, straddled me, and I felt the warm, moist heat of her sex on my belly as I once again felt her lips on mine. I no longer felt the other lips on my sex as the body above me slid. I felt her sex welcoming mine. A light moan of pleasure escaped her lips. Another body pressed against mine, beside mine, a breast offered to my lips. I savoured and revelled in its taste, the taste of skin, while my sex lost itself in another. I felt the other body rise, position itself over me, the sex offered to my palate, which I tasted with delight. I experienced every little sensation of what was happening in my body, and yet, I lost track of its existence. In the beauty of the moment, I forgot myself, and within me were also the sensations of the other two bodies. We surrendered, rocked rhythmically. We gave ourselves. The bodies were a pale reflection of what we felt. And so, rocked and surrendered, we reached ecstasy that became eternal in the brief moments it lasted and made us yearn for a new gift. The exhaustion of the bodies finally led to the satiety of the spirits, and we rested in each other's arms. I woke up with the first rays of morning sun, flanked by both of them. I watched them, serene. As they slept, I felt pulsating. The affection between us was obvious during breakfast, accompanied by some sadness. Laura had to leave, but we promised to meet again on the weekend. After eating, we said goodbye next to her car. Lilith and I watched her leave. When her car disappeared from our sight, Lilith looked at me.
Are you alive? Have you awakened?
Yes,